All right, let's take a look at our first example. We're just going to get our feet wet with a pretty straightforward question. We're doing this on plain white paper. That way we have some room to do our sketches of these problems. Okay, I'll give you a minute to get that problem down on your page, and then we'll talk through it. So yesterday we went through and learned how all of the angles relate to each other and the names for all those relationships. So let's review a little bit. And I'm going to get a piece of patty paper. Okay. All right, so we have this angle right here is 34. If we slide this angle down and land it right on top of this angle, does anybody remember what that's called? Corresponding, good. Okay, so I'll show you the visual here. Okay, so we have this angle. If we slide it down the transversal, these are corresponding angles and they are congruent. So if this is 34, that means this angle is also 34. Okay. Now, these two angles are what? Vertical. So they're congruent. And then, does anyone remember what we call these ones? The ones that are alternate exterior angles. You guys are awesome. Yes. Okay. So it's kind of like a game of dominoes. You know, you hit one and then it hits another and it hits another, because I could say, oh, that's corresponding, that's vertical, that's corresponding. Like, you could just shift that angle all over the place and get all of the congruent angles. So 4 out of 8 of those angles are 34. What are the other 4? Okay, say it out. 146. And how did you know? They're supplementary, good. And same thing, if I start here, this is 146, this is vertical, I can slide it down, that's corresponding. I can do alternate interior here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have you try just a super basic one like this, and then we're gonna step it up. Okay, 94 degrees. See if you can find all those angles. So we know that 4 of those angles are going to measure 94 degrees. What are the other 4 angles going to measure? Good. So I'm just going to go through and write them in. It's every other angle, right? Okay, good, guys. All right, let's take a look at a sketch that is a little different, but still follows the same rules. Oh, and I don't think I pointed it out to you. I'll show you on this one. When you have parallel lines with the little triangles on it like this, this is showing that these 2 lines are parallel. So sometimes there will be little markings on the lines to show you that they're parallel. And if the same sketch had 2 sets of parallel lines, then the other set would have 2 little triangles on it to show that they're different than the other set of parallel lines. Okay? Okay, so let's take a look at this. I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to say that this angle right here is 123 degrees. And I'm also going to tell you that angle EAB is congruent to angle EBA. So we'll get to this important information in a moment. First of all, let's see what we can see. I'm going to completely ignore this other transversal, because in this picture you have one transversal going like this and you have another transversal going like this. Just ignore this one for right now. Can you label all those angles? Yeah, right? Okay, so let's do that. So if this is 132, then this, or 123, then this is 123. And this is 123, and this is 123. What are my other 4 angles on this side? 57. Okay. Now we're going to use this information. They're telling us that the angle EAB, so the angle that is 57 degrees, is congruent to angle EBA, so this one right here. So that means they're both 57 degrees. So I'm going to put 57 here. Now, can you fill in all these angles? Go for it. And they're the same. It's like a mirror image, basically, of the other side. Okay, we're almost done. Knowing what we know about triangles, what's angle E? OE. I hear 56 and 66. 66? All right, good. Because we know that triangles add to 180. All right, so 66 degrees. Good. So you can see it's like a domino effect. You find one thing to find the next thing, to find the next thing, and you have all of these tools now in your tool shed that you can pull out, like supplementary angles, vertical angles, congruent angles, what triangles add up to, okay? And then you're able to find some pretty neat things. Okay, let's now put some algebra in with it. I have two more examples. Okay. Does anybody know the name of those two angles here? Are they alternate or same side?
Same side, exterior angles.
Good, yes, I heard it. Okay, so they're on the same side of the transversal, so these are same side, and they're on the exterior of your parallel lines. So these would be same side exterior. And what do we know about same side exterior angles? They're supplementary, okay? That's the one relationship that's not congruent. So we're saying that these two angles add up to 180 degrees. So just like we've done before, this angle plus this angle is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, see if you can find x and find all the angles. So what is x? Awesome. So all of your angles here are either going to be 100 or 80. Good. Awesome. Okay, let's take a look at the most challenging problem of the day. I'm going to flip my page over because I'm out of space. And the first time I saw a problem like this, I was like, wait, what is going on here? And you might have the same reaction, but I'm going to show you a couple tricks to help out. I'm going to do this one big too because we have the whole backside and I want to make sure you can see what's happening in this problem. Okay, so here's the basic sketch. I'm going to give you some information so that you have a few things. This is 130 degrees. This angle will be x degrees. This angle right here is 66 degrees. Now our goal is to find x. Does anybody have any ideas? Robbie, go for it.
Well, I haven't really solved it yet, but it's 100. Okay, I don't think I can.
Not sure. Irvin.
So like, the other angle beside angle 66, that's supplementary, so we just times that. And then like, it's basically like a triangle. So then like, oh wait, no.
You have the right idea of thinking about what you can see. Okay, so there may be things that you can't see yet, but there are things you can see, right? Like I can go through and I can fill in some of these angles. I might not need all this information, but it's good to know. Okay. Do you want to see my trick? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to extend this transversal. Okay, so here is my transversal. I just extended it. Now, ignoring this line for a moment, do we know what this angle is? What is it?
66.
50, good, because look at corresponding. You take this angle, slide it down the transversal, and you get 50, right? Okay. Oh, it's totally not on the scale. That's okay. I never do. Hudson, I heard you say something.
I said the other one was 64.
This angle right here?
Yes.
All right. So Hudson used the triangle here. And he's like, well, all of these angles add up to 180, so this has to be 64. And 64 and x are what? Supplementary. And Jordan, what's x?
How did you get 50? Because, like,
That's a great question. So let me show you. Okay, I'm going to slide it down the transversal.
how did you know that it was 50 though? Because you just wrote 50 down. How did you get 50?
Because these two are supplementary, and we were given 130. It was like one of the given pieces of information. Good questions. Robbie, were you going to answer? Okay, what is it?
It's x equals 100 and 160.
Good. Good. Okay. So my trick here is to extend one of the transversals so it crosses all the way. And then using all the things that we know about our angles, we can usually piece it together enough to find what we're looking for. Okay? You guys good? Your homework tonight is on paper, and you're going to turn it in tomorrow. I recommend that you help each other out, work on it together, talk through it.